interview in English. Okay, so we have with us Thomas, Daniele, who is the co-founder of Blue Planet Ecosystem. Blue Planet, ça peut être tout, hein?
Yeah, it can be everything.
Mais c'est blue parce que c'est l'eau,
Yeah, it's Blue Planet for the
for the fish.
oceans and I mean this is the way we call our planet, right? It's the
Yeah,
blue planet.
the blue planet.
So it's like, and because we are using natural ecosystems, we add the ecosystems in the
Okay, okay. So our blue planet, you're gonna focalize on one part of the blue planet, correct?
Yes,
Which is,
I'm doing the biology. I'm taking care of all the biology part of the company.
but you're not concentrating on any species, only on fishes.
Yeah, we do fish and shrimp. I mean, seafood in general
Yeah.
is what we're trying
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we are focusing on shrimp first.
Yeah.
But the long-term focus is to try to have as many species as we can in our system.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna develop other species
Yeah,
after?
that's. I mean, there are in the technology we are using, you can already do a lot of species.
Yeah.
But we are doing it a different way. So we want to focus first on something that is maybe easier and faster to grow.
Yeah.
But then later on, we can adapt all the species that are already existing in other aquaculture systems and try in ours.
Okay, so let's say you start with the shrimp, like you said.
Yeah.
How many pounds of shrimp can you produce a month?
So that's the thing. That's pretty tough question because for now we are in a small scale prototype.
Oh,
so,
okay. How many pounds of shrimp can you produce now?
Yeah, we didn't have time to do these experiments yet. So that's what we are
That's
planning.
next.
That's really what we are planning next. I mean, we have estimations.
Yeah.
We took scientific publications and
Yeah.
we know with the ecosystem that we're gonna use, the different steps and how many shrimps and we can grow. But these are estimations. So the thing is, you can always claim anything with estimations, but if you don't do the experiments, you don't know. So the thing is, for now, we have a prototype, a small prototype to show to people what we want to do. But the next step is really like, let's do it full scale. Let's try it like the way we really want to do. And let's really try to see if these estimations are right or wrong, or if we can be even better than these estimations. So that's the idea we have behind. So I could give an answer, but I don't want to give a wrong answer. So basically, I'm waiting to have the results from the experiments, and then I can answer you again and tell you like this is the amount of shrimp we can do per month.
Right now, you don't know.
Right now, it's a tough question to answer.
Yeah, yeah. You need to test more.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay, but it has to be productive.
Yeah, exactly. I mean the prediction we have.
It's not just for fun. It has to produce
exactly.
something.
Yeah, the predictions are positives.
Oh,
which
okay.
I mean, it's
Okay.
like we have profitability and we can grow quite good amount of shrimp
Okay.
every harvest.
Do they reproduce themselves a lot?
No, the thing is, in aquaculture you cannot just put organisms and let them develop and
Yeah,
so on
yeah.
and so
How
forth.
do you do it?
So in you have to have a space somewhere that you take care of the first steps of the development of these organisms.
Okay.
And then you move the tiny organisms, you put them in the aquaculture system to make them grow.
Okay.
And the most important is the growth phase, because you can control a bit the early stages, but what you want to push really is the growth phase. So you want to have that as fast as possible.
You want them quick so you can sell
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, exactly. You want to harvest them fast and you want to sell them fast.
Okay. So to raise shrimp, it's like to raise plants because they don't feel anything, do they?
No, animal feels. I mean,
They do feel.
Yeah, they have a nervous system, and so if I pinch a shrimp,
It's gonna feel it?
Yeah, it's not gonna be fun. It's there are few organisms that don't feel pain, but these ones most likely feel it. So it's
Okay, so let's say you take them out of the tank
yeah.
and within a few seconds they die.
No, they will survive. The thing is, like, what you do is you make them sleeping by putting them in cold.
Oh.
So basically, it's a way to control, like to reduce the pain and so on.
Okay,
So
okay.
This is the way, like, also fish when they are harvested, you have to cool them fast because You don't want them to be
To
suffering for hours outside of their
oh
environment.
of
So,
their
but these are things that we have to figure out how to put together and so
a
on.
system
So
for that too.
yeah, this all this supply chain is already existing, but let's see how. You have to check also the well-being of the animals. So
Okay.
yeah, this is
So
something we will have to dig more into it.
so they do have a nervous system. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, most of organisms have a nervous system. You have really few organisms that don't have a nervous system and don't feel pain. So
okay.
it's
It's not the same as growing animal protein.
well, yes. I mean, shrimps
Se-
are animals.
no, because they grow fake meat.
Oh, you mean like cell-based or using
Yeah,
using
and it's
cellular?
not really
Yeah,
animals.
yeah. So
They
yeah,
just have the taste of an animal.
yeah, exactly. That's completely different. So
Okay.
this is based on cellular culture. So
Okay.
people are
The
isolating
real,
cells.
yeah,
So they take cells from organisms. Like for example, you want a beef.
yeah, taste.
So basically, what you do is you take a beef, you isolate some cells, and then in a laboratory you make them grow.
Right,
And then from this growth, you can reproduce. You can sort of make a piece of meat, right?
right.
But we are really far from being able to feed the world with this type of technology.
Really?
Really
Really far away?
Yeah, but this is why also you have so much investments in these
Yeah,
companies, because
yeah.
it's really promising technology, but at the same time it's requiring a lot of research and development.
Oh,
So that's why people are investing a lot, because they want this to work fast and good. So now people can do tiny pieces of meat, and I know also, for example, a company doing a surimi, cell-based surimi. But the biggest issue is to do that in a large scale, in an industrial scale, and this is all these companies are fighting really hard to be able to cut the cost of production of, because you have to, I think the number is like, for a pound of cell-based meat, you're several thousands of dollars
oh
per
my
pound.
God! Oh my
Yeah,
God!
because you need a lot of nutrients, you need a lot of
Oh,
research, you need,
to
so
to
it's really
develop
expensive
it's
now.
okay.
But these companies are really trying hard to cut this cost down and this
Okay.
cost down and find a way to
No,
make that
because
efficient.
right now you go to the frozen department of a store, and you find vegetarian burger.
Which is different, because for example, Impossible Food or Impossible Burger or Beyond Meat Burger,
What are they made of?
it's made of soybean. So
Oh,
soybean,
it's
you
not.
take a lot of soybean,
Oh,
but where I mean, they have a formulation that gives the taste and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
So, for example, the Impossible Burgers, they have a protein that they add to the burger
To the burger.
to make it red, and
Yeah.
then when you cook it, it turns brown and it's juicy. It looks
Yeah.
like a real
It looks
burger.
like real meat.
The thing is, Impossible Burger is now in a position where they have to produce this protein to a really large amount, and they
Yeah.
can do it to a certain extent,
Yeah,
but if they want to feed the world, they need to scale even more.
yeah.
So this is where they are putting a lot of funds and a lot of research, is to be able to increase the production of this protein.
Much
But the
more.
rest is filled by soybean and vegan products. So and spices and so
And
on.
people feel good buying it.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly not a bad product. I tried it recently, and it's pretty good.
It's not bad.
It's better for the planet. So I don't see any problem going for this direction. The only problem I would see is if everybody are basing their food on soybean, we will replace all the crops by soybean, which is
Oh.
not good at the same time. So
Yeah.
this is where you have to find trade-off and so
Yeah,
on. But
yeah.
it's proven scientifically that vegan, vegetarian, and Mediterranean
Food,
diets
yeah.
are the one that have the smaller CO2 footprint on Earth.
Okay.
So if you aim towards these diets, you
Yeah.
will have a lower impact on the planet.
On the planet, yeah.
Because beef, pigs are I mean, they require a lot of food.
And
they are
all
also
grains.
doing a lot of greenhouse gases.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying, I don't want to have the people being like, oh yeah, you eat meat, you're killing the planet. But it's just to have an understanding that maybe reducing our consumption of meat, or being less industrial for
Yeah.
some organisms, we can do good to the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's if the vegan, vegetarian, or Mediterranean diet is not taking over the whole planet, because then you have another problem. You have an ecosystem problem. So this is something like to
It
keep in
needs
mind.
to be a balance, yeah.
Exactly. Everything. I mean, everything is in life is a balance.
Okay.
If you take somewhere, you're gonna lose somewhere.
Okay.
So this is something that we have to understand.
Yeah, because we cannot let all the cows die in the field either, you know? Because
No. The thing is, like, we are used. Our countries, the U.S., Europe, we are used to have a lot and being
Too much.
to have access of everything. The problem is, like, our resources are limited, right?
Yeah.
So we have to be careful. We need more than 1.5 times the Earth per year, which means that we are using too much of our resources.
Yeah, and we throw away too much.
We throw away a lot, but we also consume too much. I think, like, there are
Overweight people.
Yeah, I mean, this is another issue. But if you go to an American restaurant,
They throw away half.
when you see the amount of food you have, just reduce it.
Yeah.
Like, what's the problem? Okay, I mean, you can take your doggy bag, go home, eat. You have another
Or
lunch,
give
or
it to the
sometimes
dog.
you have like two
Doggy bag.
meals with the leftovers. But
What if you don't have a dog? That's the problem.
No, but I mean, the doggy bag, I call it like that. This is the way. I mean, doggy bag is you take it at home like
but it's good if you have a dog. But if you don't have a dog, most people throw it away.
No, what I mean is like the leftovers of
I
your meal,
understand.
you take it home.
I understand, but most people end up leaving it in the fridge forever.
Yeah.
Until they throw it away.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is a problem. So yeah, that's the general way, the way we consume might have to be rethink in a way. And at the same
because in my house, my kids put stuff in the doggy bag, like you said.
Yeah.
But they never eat it.
Yeah.
So I end up
would
throwing
do
it away. I throw it away.
Yeah, no, I really hate throwing away food. It's really something that I don't know. Maybe it's
You make an effort to take it for lunch the next day.
And even when I have something in the fridge and I'm like, oh, this is old, I have to do it now because I don't want to throw it away.
Oh,
I mean,
okay. That's
in
a
some
different
culture, in some countries, or for some people, this is not automatic. And people have to understand that food is a really
fresh
valuable,
every day.
really valuable resource. I mean, if you don't want to throw, then buy every day what you want to eat.
Yeah.
It's some time, but it's a trade-off. You always have to be. But yeah, if people are a bit more conscious, and this is what is nice is that now in schools, in Europe, in most likely in the US, kids are taught to be more careful. Like, don't waste the water, don't waste food and everything. So I think the generation coming is way more aware of what's going on, and basically they know that they're gonna be in a planet that will have a lot of problems, and so as they realize that nobody's doing anything, so they do it themselves.
They have to do their part.
So the kids are like, yeah, well, I'm gonna do it because nobody else is doing it. Like, the politicians are not doing anything, so I have to do it myself. So
That's true. Because in the old generations, they never ate the day before, the food from the day before.
Yeah, and it's also like everything.
They would buy everything every day.
Yeah.
And so everything from the night before is thrown away because they don't want.
So
it's a cultural thing.
If you are used to live away, and it's hard to change, I'm not blaming anybody.
It's
the same
it's
for
a cultural.
all of us, but it's just like, if we educate ourselves slowly and we have a bit more politics involved and be like, okay, let's be more careful. Let's be on different aspects. I think people will start to understand it and be like, yeah, well, maybe that's true. We should be more careful. Use less your car. I mean, in some regions here, this is what is crazy. It's like, if you go to Palo Alto, whatever, if you work there, you can't move without your car. Or if you live in Los Angeles, there are some parts you can't live without a car.
Yeah.
So basically,
it's the system.
It's a systematic problem. So there are solutions, but it will take time, and it's just the way it is.
Yeah, this is the car industry that pushed it that way.
Of course, I mean, an industry. It's like me. My company is doing seafood. I will push people to eat
seafood.
But I think we think in the company that what we do is sustainable, and it's
better than meat. Yeah,
it's respecting. It's not that it's better than meat, but it's respecting the planet, and it's done in a way that we try to make it as sustainable as possible. So yeah, if you don't want to be vegan, vegetarian, but you still
want a little bit of fish,
and you want to have some protein input in your body coming from seafood,
it's a better
solution. I will push for people to eat our seafood, of course. Yes. So the same with the car. If I would be manufacturing car, I would be like telling you, yeah, buy more cars.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it good
Yeah,
for the planet? Nah, yeah,
you
but
would tell people, oh, it's for the lower
it's
middle
for your
class
convenience.
people
You
to
know, it's
use the
like,
buses. So the ideology is you need to be better than the lower class kind of thing. Yeah, but will your product be sold frozen or fresh?
well, the big advantage we have with our system is because it's scalable and modular. We can put it really close to the consumers.
Okay.
So basically, you don't. It's not like growing shrimp in California and selling them in New York, where you
Okay.
will have to keep them. You can still keep them fresh, but it's like a lot of logistics to do that.
So you freeze
So
them.
basically, no, what we do is like we produce next to the consumer. So basically, it's gonna be fresh because the supply chain is really reduced.
Oh.
So basically, you get the product, you package it, and then you can already put it in all the shops on the same day or the
Right
next
day,
day.
right day.
So basically,
Oh,
it's
I
gonna
mean,
be extremely
fresh.
fresh. Yeah,
So
it's gonna
fresh.
be yeah.
Fresh is gonna be 100%, like almost 75% fresh.
It's gonna be. I mean, that's the thing. Is like if 100% of our consumers are around, it will be 100% fresh. But
Yeah.
let's say if we have an excess of production, then you can you can freeze a part and
Yeah.
you can send it somewhere else. But the objective is really to make the food next to the consumer.
Okay, okay, okay. So the frozen part is complicated and needs to be with the plant and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's another logistic.
Yeah, it's another supply chain, another way to do, but it's already developed, so we don't
Yeah.
have to develop it. We
Yeah.
can just use the current technology.
The current manufacturers and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it was very informative to talk to you. I know there's a lot more to say about the
Oh, yeah,
the
for
thing.
sure.
But you spoke a lot.
Yeah, that's my
And
problem.
no, I mean, you already made almost an hour of speaking, so you probably have a dry throat.
I'm fine.
You're fine?
Yeah, I can speak hours. That's an issue I have. I can speak for hours.
You can?
Yeah.
That's awesome. You didn't get tired. Okay. So sometimes we do it in two parts. I stop
see. Yeah,
in the
yeah.
middle and then I start again.
Yeah.
So anyway, you did it well. An hour. So I congratulate you for that. So thank you also for being here.
thank you
I
for the
really
invitation.
enjoy talking to you. You're easygoing, you're pleasant, and
Thank you.
I really like the topic. It's very interesting.
Well,
So-
you will know more the 25th of June.
Yeah.
The demo day. I mean, if you want to see like the presentation, it will be also live streamed on YouTube
Okay.
and the website of Indie Bio.
Yeah.
But also like
Will your product have a name?
so
Not yet.
Yeah, the containers we are doing is called Lara because it's land-based automated recirculating aquaculture.
Yeah.
But then the product we'll see. I mean, these are shrimps and depends who are the customers because if we do production of seafood for consumers,
Yeah.
then you have to market it.
Yeah.
If we do seafood for people, for retailers or whatever, they have to do their own marketing. We just
Okay.
provide. So this is something for now. We focus on developing our technology.
Then you'll come up
and
with a
once
name.
we will have a first product, we will think about maybe having a name or something like this.
Okay. But the name behind the company is this for the
It's
moment.
Blue Planet Ecosystems, yes.
Okay. So thank you so much. I really learned a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you.